Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start out this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well, while I learn the truth 100% according to the Bible. Shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophets, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the Akwaf, which are the sisters that are sincere, and your children. Shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be another update on World War III and the things that are taking place around the world following this third world war that we know is about to come, right? That's brewing up every day that goes by. So I'm going to read the title of this video. You know, it said an emergency alert. And this video is from 2 hours ago. It says strikes on Iran to be unlike anything since World War II, right? This is what the United States is saying, right? And Gulf of America bases on alert, right? And we know that's the Gulf of Mexico, but since Trump came in, I guess he's renamed it and things of that nature, you know. But yeah, we're seeing basically America telling Iran that the strike that they're going to do on them will be unlike anything since World War II. And if one would ask themselves what happened in World War II, you had the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima, you know, when those atomic weapons were used. So if he's basically saying that it won't be anything like anything since World War II, he's basically implying that they're going to use nukes on Iran to take out their nuclear program. So, I mean, we see these things speeding up, man, you know, and things of that nature. So I'm going to get into this video so we can hear a little bit of what he's talking about. You know, like I said, this is going to be probably a quick hit, just a quick update on things that are happening, keeping you brothers and sisters informed as the Lord have said, you know. And I'm going to go get that precept, you know, Ezekiel 3:17, you know. This is basically just a warning for you brothers and sisters out there to, you know, not be having your head in the sand, not being oblivious to the things that are which are going on, man, because it's a lot of events taking place, man, day by day. It's important to be watching in these times, man, right? All right, and it's Ezekiel 3:17, KJV, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, a people before a place, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, you know, all the way down to the Mexicans as well as the Specklebirds. They may look like the heathen nations, but your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is for you. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what the Lord has the men doing right now, giving you people warning, showing you the signs leading up to all of these catastrophes that are about to take place on planet Earth, man. You know, especially here in America, Babylon the Great. And we're here to give you these warnings, man. You know, but yeah, I'm going to get into this video so you brothers and sisters can watch it. So with that being said, I'm going to say fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act. You know, I'm not getting paid for these these videos, Salaki, or nothing of that nature. Is only for educational purposes only. So with that being said, we're going to get into it.
What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. And no, this is not an April Fool's joke. It is 15:20 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Eastern Europe and the Middle East. So the world is watching and waiting to see what is going to happen in Iran after the U.S. moved 7 out of 20 of its stealth bombers to the Indian Ocean base of Diego Garcia. We now have some updated information coming in from Israeli Channel 14. A large-scale attack on Iran will begin soon, according to sources inside of Israeli Channel 14, Israeli military sources.
So let me get another precept. The Lord said there will be wars and rumors of wars. But we know, though these Edomites and these people are talking about there's going to be all chaos and hell, I mean, ultimately we know that it is, you know, but still there's more prophecies that need to be fulfilled before the ultimate Big Bang can happen, which are those nuclear warheads destroying America, man. So I'm not saying that any nuclear bombs won't be used. I just, you know, like I said, again, who knows? You know, I'm not saying that they won't be used, that America won't strike Iran early. I mean, we don't know how this thing is going to pop off ultimately, but we know it's going to happen. But like I said, we know that before it really gets like super nuclear to the point where all nations are, you know, basically going to nuke this place, we know that won't happen till Jacob Trouble is already ensued and ultimately the MOTB is made mandatory, which haven't happened yet. So we know that though we hear these talks of wars and all of these different things, that, still there's still more things that has to come to pass. But then again, like I said, it's all in the hands of the Lord. So I mean, the Lord can allow these things to play out in the way he wants to. They could happen right after one another. They could happen fast. They could happen, whenever, man. But we know it's about to happen soon because we see the signs, right? And this is Matthew 24:6, KJV. And it said, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, right? So you brothers and sisters out there, though we see these things happening, and they're going to happen. Obviously, it's prophecy, but we're not to be troubled by these things because we're supposed to have our trust in the Lord, not ultimately, depending upon our own understanding and being in fear. Though these are some scary times that we're about to come into, we have to still trust in the Lord by all means, right? It says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, and the end is not yet, ultimately, because guess what? You still have more prophecies that need to play out. So even if the United States does attack Iran, I mean, the Lord is only going to allow it to get so far. It's not going to ultimately. Well, I mean, hey, then again, I could be wrong. I mean, the Lord can allow these things to happen overnight. I mean, we don't know how the Lord is going to get down. He tells you in the book of 1 Thessalonians 5:3. And I'm going to get that because, they have been talking about peace and safety for a minute. That's what Donald Trump been promoting since he got in office. Peace coming back to the world, peace coming to America, peace treaties and deals with Ukraine and stuff of that nature. So, I mean, we know what the Lord said, 1 Thessalonians 5:3, KJV, for when they, right, meaning these Edomites and all of these other different peoples that are talking about peace coming back to the earth, right? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. I travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So the Lord is saying this destruction is going to come up upon these people suddenly, and it's going to come in a time where they're talking about everything is going to be all right, which is what they're doing now in America, telling you that the stock economy is not going to crash. The price of groceries and things of that nature are increasing, but it's going to get better. Don't worry. Things of that nature. They're constantly trying to have people in his mind of peace that is going to get better and stuff. And the Lord said when that happens, then sudden destruction is going to happen, which means these people are not going to be expecting it. It's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to come suddenly, right? And bear with me. I'm going to get Matthew 24:6 in the NLT. And it said, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately, right? So ultimately, we know World War III is going to happen, man. Nothing's going to stop it. Of course, we know that this thing will happen. It's biblical, right? And let me go back to the video just so we can get back into what the brother was saying, right?
Channel 14, Israeli military sources. Okay, they're saying a large-scale attack on Iran will begin soon, and it's going to be the most unprecedented since World War II. Wow. So, guys, get prepared. Things are really escalating. And Iran threatened to strike our bases in the Middle East and also to strike us here at home in the Gulf of America. And over the weekend, this IRGC plane landed in Venezuela, and this plane in the past was used by Iran to move equipment, specifically weapons, into Africa to support their proxies in Sudan. So this is very serious, guys. And also the supreme leader of Iran, the Ayatollah Khamenei, said that if the U.S. bombed Iran, then the U.S. would suffer a heavy blow. So there's a lot of things that Iran can do to retaliate against us. They can activate sleeper agents inside of the U.S. to attack our power grid.
Yep. And remember that all just took place, remember? All of those millions of immigrants and things of that nature, not talking about our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters, but those other people, those Arabians and all of those Russians and all of those people that came over here during the 4-year period of Joe Biden having that border open. You best believe that there's a lot of sleeper cells and people that are in this country that are going to basically ultimately target this place, man. Why you think you've been seeing so many things happen, so many grids and so many chicken plants and things of that nature being terrorized and being set on fire and things of that nature? All of these things are prepared, man, and ultimately are happening from within, So these things will take place, man,
And various types of critical infrastructure. They can launch missiles at some of our bases in the Gulf of America. And they can also attack our bases in the Middle East. And they can also attack oil fields in the Middle East. They can try to harass ships in international shipping lanes like the Red Sea and the Strait of Hormuz. So this could really spiral out of control very, very quickly. And I wanted to show you guys something very unusual.
Right, and you heard what he said. These things can spiral out of control very quickly. Going back into that precept that I read, I'm gonna get it again. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, right? Quickly, which means suddenly, happening out of nowhere, man. Right? I'm gonna get it again. 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So basically, we know that all hell's basically about to break loose in America, man. If this stuff does happen, I wouldn't be surprised that the MOTB and everything else be made mandatory shortly after this attack on Iran, because it's basically going to shape the whole geopolitical view and point of the world, man. People is going to go crazy. This is going to make Ezekiel 38, that prophecy, fulfilled more and more, because best believe Iran is a strong member of the BRICS nation and a partner of Russia, man. So if they see America, who is Russia's enemy, basically attacking one of their key allies, then if you think they're not going to bag them up, then you're crazy. So we see these things happening and taking place. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say in today's video. Like I said, it was just a quick hit. You brothers and sisters want to finish watching the video, I always watch this guy. That's the name of his channel. So if you want to go watch his video to finish hearing the rest of it, or what he's talking about, pretty good content that he creates, you can. But with that being said, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom.